Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Novacane with QueerClawz, and this will be my first YouTube video. Well, my first YouTube video as QueerClawz, but I digress. I don't like to chit chat. I want to get right to it. Today I'm going to be reviewing different clear combinations when it comes to acrylic. So when you want that crystal clear jelly look, you want to see right through the nail, which combinations are best. I was not happy with my current combination. I was using some cheaper products, and I figured I would upgrade a little bit and test out a few other things. So I bought Cnd Retention Monomer. Very expensive stuff. This one 8-ounce container was $30, but it's supposed to be the best. So I'm trying that out. The old monomer that I used to use is just a traditional regular speed setting, no MMA monomer. So this will be my first time trying this. I also bought the retention powder clear that goes with it. Okay, same brand, Cnd, which was on sale for $5 for 0.8 ounces. Then I'm going to be trying the nail supply brand that I usually go to. I go to Trans Design Nail Supply in Georgia, and this is their Gristle Gel powder. See if I can focus there. Gristle Gel powder. It's essentially clear acrylic but more finely milled, so it should give off a more translucent effect. And then this is what I usually use, which is again Trans Design, but regular clear acrylic powder. As you can see, it's very used. It's the top got messed up. This is what I always use. I will be testing this monomer with these 3 options on a finger, and I will also use my old monomer here. This is not the bottle it came in, this is the bottle I put it in. Always make sure when you buy monomer that you have ingredient labels on it. This is just the bottle that I put it in so I can get it out of the nozzle easier. Alright, so we're gonna get started here with my finger. I'm gonna start out by putting my monomer in a dapping dish. This was alright, this is sealed. Let me unseal it. What is this? Right. When it comes to monomers, you have to be careful, because if you buy a monomer that is more fast setting, you can end up with crystallizing, where your clear becomes frosty, and then it ruins the whole look. It ruins the whole translucent jelly effect. So definitely don't want that. Alright. Trying to get this plastic out of here. Okay. So I'm going to pour some monomer in my jar. Not a lot, because again, this shit's expensive. So, alright. I'm going to close that up. Right off the bat, I can see that this monomer is very dark purple. It is darker than my other monomer, which I will pour out into a smaller dapping dish here. So alright, as you can see here, that's that purple. It is not really as dark as the other one. I don't know that that matters. The color doesn't really matter. It's just chemically what's in there. But I did notice that right off the bat. Okay, so I'm gonna get my brush here. Brush. My finger. I'm gonna start off with what my usual consistency is, what I always use. So that's the regular clear and my old monomer. Plain, I'm calling it plain monomer, but it's basically EMA regular monomer. So I'm gonna put it on here. I'm not used to using such a small dapping brush, so I apologize in advance if this looks awkward. But all right, so we have our clear bead. All right. And the reason I am wanting something new is again because my old, or I say old, this clear to me is not as clear as clear should be. Okay, I think it's more cloudy as opposed to other clears that I've seen. And also the monomer I feel like is a bit too runny. With clear, I always try to use wet beads so that there's no frosting, and I shouldn't always have to do that. Okay, so there's the regular clear that I always use. I'm sorry if that wasn't in frame. I'm not used to this filming while working. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cure. Okay, in retrospect, I should have, I'm not gonna take that out. Okay, I'm just gonna hold these while I work on them. Okay, I'm just gonna hold them like that. So that was the regular monomer with the clear. Now I'm going to use the Cnd Retention Monomer with my regular clear powder. Alright, so saturate the brush in here. Take a little bit out. Pick it up. Okay, so there's the bead. Right off the bat, I'm noticing way less sliding. Way less sliding. Okay. I'm gonna bring it down. Side note, I'm not being sponsored. I bought this with my own money. $30 whole for 8 ounces. I bought this with my own money. Okay. Let's get the bottom here. Yeah, even that wet bead is really not sliding. So I like that right away. I'm trying to get this angle to, so that you can see, but it's kind of awkward. Okay. All right. So this is the Cnd Retention Monomer with the regular clear powder. Okay. So I'm going to sit that next to this one so that it can sit. Okay. Third tip. I'm going to use, we're going to put this away. Alright. Put that away. We're going to move on to Gristle Gel. Okay. Every time I see this, I think of that Angelina Johnson skit about, do you like Gristle Gel? There's a very old video of me doing an impression of that. But I don't do that anymore. Alright. So, again, Cnd Retention Monomer with now Gristle Gel Powder. We're gonna see what this Gristle Gel hype is all about. Okay. I'm gonna start at the bottom this time, like I usually do. I'm already liking the consistency of this way better. I can actually press it out to where it needs to be, as opposed to having to pick it up and scoop it because it's sliding off the nail. That adds so much time that nobody wants to spend. I'm really trying to cut down my service time. Okay, so focus. That is Cnd Retention Monomer with Gristle Gel Powder. Sit that right there next to that one. Next tip. Now, this is going to be the preferred combo, which is Cnd Powder with Cnd Monomer. I'm noticing the consistency of this powder is very sparkly. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but it just looks different. It actually looks a little chunky. Surprisingly, that's strange. Like there's chunks of acrylic in there. It's not all smooth as opposed to the other two, which is concerning, but I'm assuming maybe something happened in production. So I'm just gonna stir it up here. You'll see that. These little chunks. That's not cool. That'll show up when you do your services. What's up, Cnd? Alright. I'm gonna tap it so that maybe it'll fall to the bottom. I don't know why it looks like that. We'll see. Alright. Here we go. Alright, and whoa. Easy there. Alright. That was a little more slidey than the other two. But I will chalk it up to me having a new big brush and it being, it holds a lot of liquid. So. Okay. It is very smooth to work with. It feels pretty buttery. It's not getting that grainy look like some of the other, like the other combinations did with the other powder. It seems to be very smooth here. Okay. So that is the Cnd combo, Cnd Monomer and Cnd Retention Powder. Retention Monomer, Retention Powder. I'm gonna fix this shape up real quick. Alright, I'm gonna sit that right next to that one. Okay. Now, I'm going to try Cnd Powder with my regular old monomer, my affordable monomer. Let me grab another nail tip here. Despite this not being as affordable, I'm willing to splurge on good monomer because if it's going to speed up my application time, I can get more clients and make more money. So, but I am not there yet. I just got licensed in April of 2019, so I'm still really building up my clientele. All right, so regular EMA monomer, they're both EMA, but I just want to make that clear. Regular EMA monomer with Cnd Retention Powder. So I'm going to pick that up. I can tell right now that that bead is not as clear as the other ones. Well, by not as clear, I mean it's not as smooth. That's a better word, I should have said. All right. Okay. This powder does seem to be really nice. I am trying to avoid those chunks though. This combination is actually not bad either. The regular monomer works decently well with this Cnd powder. I am noticing more sliding though, which is what my main concern was. It's sliding off the edge. You see that? It's kind of drooping off the side of the nail. It's what we don't want. Because then you have to go up under, and that causes that ugly, bumpy look underneath your nail, and you don't want that. Stack that on top there. All right. This one was a little bit harder to put on. The combination of the old monomer with the Cnd powder seemed to be a bit too runny for me. So I'm gonna sit that right here. Actually, I'm gonna sit that right here because this is our regular monomer swatches, and this is the Cnd swatches. Oh, is it stuck to my table? Okay, we have swatched everything. I want to test out these monomers with not clear. I want to test it out with white, because if you're a nail tech, you know that white is horrible to work with, like really difficult. And I'm going to test it with a color. Let's say red. This is a Mia Secret Red Apple Red. And then I have another red, Glam and Glitz Red. The color is Janet. Janet, not a girl. Like me, not a girl. I'm non-binary, for anyone who asks. Novacane, the non-binary nail tech. That's me. Alright, so we're going to try Janet and Red Apple and white. And with the Cnd monomer, I'm going to move the other monomer out of the way. I just want to try this with colors. Okay. So I'm going to get 3 nails. Next time I'll have this actually out and ready, but again, I'm new to this, so here we go. Let's start it off. Let's start with the white, okay? White Cnd monomer. This is a regular white powder, nothing special about it. Okay. White usually for me ends up being really mealy and not smooth to work with, so I'm curious. Okay. Typically I would be moving a tiny bit faster, but I'm trying to make sure it's all in frame. Okay. I'm gonna move it further back. Okay. Already, I love it because it's very smooth. It is not grainy like it would be with the other monomer. Other monomer always seems to make it grainy or like very soupy, which is bad for doing anything quickly. You don't want anything to be too soupy and runny. Okay, I'll add one more. All right, I really like it. Okay. That is white with Cnd Retention. It's a little lumpy because the way I did it, but that's my fault, the monomer's fault. Come on, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna move these over, and I'm gonna set this white down right here. Okay. Next, we are gonna try Janet. That reference is from The Good Place, which is an amazing show. Okay. Let's try the red. Glam and Glitz Janet Red Cnd Retention Monomer. Here we go. I'm trying to do bigger beads because that's how I tend to work. Oh, that's two. Shit. I tend to work with bigger beads, so that's what I'm trying to do. Oh! Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my god. I have never seen this color come out so smooth. It is usually grainy as hell. Wow. Okay. I don't know, y'all. I might have to splurge on this Cnd monomer because, damn, it is really just the smoothest. This might be worth it to buy like $100 gallon or whatever, however much it might cost. It's probably $100. All right. That is Glam and Glitz Janet Red with Cnd Retention Monomer. And Glam and Glitz, you know, no shade, but the colors tend to be a little runny. They tend to slide everywhere. So for it to not slide, like it's not sliding right now. Normally it would still be sliding after I put it on there, but it's not. I'm impressed. Alright, set that aside. Now we're going to try Mia Secret Red Apple, which I find Mia Secret colors to be beautiful, vibrant, but slidey and a little bit grainy. So let's see if the monomer can change that. Alright. Alright, still a little runny. Way more runny than Glam and Glitz. Like, significantly more runny. With Mia Secret colors, I have to tend to paint them on sort of like a thick paint. I can't press it, I have to slide it, because otherwise it's just gonna goop up on my brush, and I don't want acrylic stuck on my brush. Whereas with that one, I could just pat it out. Alright, let's try one more bead. Of course, you want to make sure your ratios are correct. But this, yeah. This is still pretty goopy, even with the CND, and that tells me that that tells me that this acrylic is not great. I do love Mia Secret for their pinks. Their pinks are amazing, but the color acrylic, that's really not it. It's not quality at all. It's actually way too much pigment and not enough polymer agents. At least that's my professional opinion. Alright, see how much longer that took me to put a somewhat smooth application of red on this nail. Anyway, Mia Secret Red Apple with Cnd Retention Monomer. Still goopy. But, okay. I would not use this combination. Actually, I wouldn't use these colors at all, except I bought them and they're here, and I don't want to be wasteful. So I just have to work with what I got. But I might end up having to mix this with some clear to get it to be more manageable. Okay. So we have swatched everything. We have tested everything. I'm gonna clean my brush off in this real quick. And I'm going to start buffing and then polishing these. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buff them and I'm gonna polish them, and you'll see what that looks like. Alright, we're back. I have top coated all of the clears so that you can really see how clear it is, because if it's matte, you really can't tell. I did not talk about the colors because that was mainly testing consistency. Okay, so first we have the regular monomer with my regular clear acrylic. Okay, and as you can see, not the greatest result. Okay, it's clear, you can see through it, but it is cloudy. It is so very cloudy. And I did use my buffer and sanding band to smooth it out, so this is actually the clear that it comes out as. Okay, next we have regular clear powder again, but with Cnd Retention Monomer. So I have it on the little stand here so you can really see through it. This is pretty good. It is a significant difference from using the regular monomer. Significant difference. Trying to get that focus in there. It is much clearer, it is less grainy, less bubbly. Still a little cloudy though. It's okay. It's not great though. Actually, I can take it off of the thing so you can really see it. It's alright, it's not bad. Okay. These little stands are so tiny. Okay, now we have next our Gristle Gel powder with Cnd Retention Monomer. I'm gonna take it off of the blue thing here so you can see. This, it's not bad, but it's not great. I was expecting better, honestly. Especially after top coating, I really expected it to just be absolutely super clear, and it just isn't. In comparison with my regular clear, it's actually a bit more cloudy, in my opinion. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but I feel like it's a little more cloudy here with the Gristle Gel. I was kind of surprised. Sadly surprised. Okay. So let's put that back. These stands are annoying. I'm gonna get rid of them. Okay. Next, we have the perfect combo. We've got the Cnd Powder with the Cnd Monomer. That's what this one is right here. Okay? Cnd Retention Powder with Cnd Monomer. Don't know if you can see on camera, but this is quite clear. It is less grainy, and that is the issue. That's the issue with clears being cloudy, is that they're grainy. Okay? So the particles may be too thick, or something isn't going right. But this is quite clear. To show an example, I'm going to put my nail up underneath, and you can really see through that. Hold on. Okay, as opposed to, say, our first one, right? I'm not sure if it's showing up too well, but the smoothness on this is very apparent. And I remember it was a lot easier to apply than the regular one. Alright, so it's pretty good. It's leaning towards like this is gonna be worth the money for me to invest in the Cnd powder. The last swatch is our Cnd Powder with the regular monomer, okay? Not the Cnd monomer, the regular monomer. It's okay, but you can see those particles. You can see that. There's like teeny tiny bubbles, which really shouldn't be there because I used a semi-wet bead. Okay. And then let's compare that to, I got this all dusty. This is dusty. Sorry, y'all. I got this all kinds of dusty. Okay, well, I got it all kinds of dusty, so I had to wipe it off. I'm gonna put another coat on here. My bad. Anyway, so that is the comparison. I stuck that last one back in the lamp so I could show you the final comparison between this one and the Cnd combo. I think the major difference here is the monomer. I think that by getting a better monomer, you will see a more drastic difference than if you were to get just change your powder. So I think that if you're looking to invest in a different system, buy the little, mini sets. This was not a mini set, but it's what they had. Test it out for yourself. I'm not like advocating for one product over the other, because I've seen people use the absolute cheapest stuff and make way better art than I could ever. So, and then I've seen people use top of the line things and it, not turn out so great. So I think it's just knowing how to work with what you have, how to get the best out of it. That's what makes a difference there. Alright, so final comparison. Okay, I'm going to take this off of here. final comparison. This is our regular clear, okay, versus Cnd Retention Clear. Alright. Regular Cnd. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but in my opinion, I think it'll be worth it for me to invest in some Cnd. It just looks smoother to me. It's smoother, less particles, less cloudy. Alright, I've made a mess of my table. But thank you for watching my video. I'm going to try and post more comparison videos. I don't know if I want to do time lapses or anything like that, but I definitely want to do some product comparisons, as well as, you know, testing them out, doing swatches and things like that. Again, my name is Novacane, and I am with QueerClawz. Check me out on Instagram at QueerClawz. That is Queer, Claws with a Z at the end. Thanks so much. Have a good one.